Welcome here to Race 4 to HARC USA Tour at Jennerstown Speedway here in Jennerstown, Pennsylvania. We're going to go 150 laps on this half-mile oval, as you see here on the track map. And here is the starting grid for today's race as James Gibson gets pole. Steve McDougall will start second alongside him. Caden Morgan in third. Audrey Barnaskis with a good fourth. Ryan Bolden in fifth. Joshua Sisuli in sixth. Alex Rowe in seventh. Josh Keane in eighth. Andreas Allen in ninth. And Prudence Littlejohn in 10th. That's going to be your top 10, but some surprising names like Shrimp Ingrits is starting 19th today. Along with some others who are really well known to be good on short tracks, start sort of in the back there. But other than that, green flag is out. Here we go, 150 laps around here at Jennerstown Speedway. As Steve McDougall gets a great start, but James Gibson is going to go diving deep there in the inside there. It looks like he's going to gain the lead. Look at another replay on the start here from our trackside camera. Really was a great jump there by Steve McDougall. To go side by side into turn one is absolutely mesmerizing how these cars will fan out into these turns. And just like that, on lap one, James Gibson will lead the race. As Caden Morgan's not too far behind him, so is Ryan Bolden, as both of them have gained a few positions already. Right behind Gibson, as you see there. Caden Morgan's really trying to get that run off him. Audrey Barnaskis looks like she slapped the wall a bit there. But Caden Morgan's really trying to hunt down James Gibson already in the opening laps of this race. As he's just side by side. James Gibson goes up high, Caden Morgan down below. And Caden Morgan's looking to really take that opportunity and take the lead here at Jennerstown. Ryan Bolden's not too far behind, and Andreas Allen, you can see in the back, really is gaining up positions here since the start of this race already. Side by side throughout turns 1 and 2, Caden Morgan goes down to the bottom and will take the lead from James Gibson as Gibson goes a little bit up high. Ryan Bolden get a little bit of a wiggle there, but would save it. The fight for second is now on between Gibson and Bolden as we look at the onboard view of Caden Morgan, how that pass really happened from the top of the car here. Side by side they went into turns 1 and 2. And Caden Morgan looks like he got the best drive out of that. And just absolutely nailed the corners and went on, got out safe and sound. See, Ryan Bolden really got loose there one out. That could have been really, really, really bad. Just like that. By the way, Shrimp Ingrits is really moving up spots here as well. Started 19th and is already in the top 10. Hunting down Joshua Sisuli, as you see here. Shrimp Ingrits has been really known to be really aggressive on these short tracks. Really aggressive. That's why probably the tracks that he's most aggressive on, in fact. I mean, he's always been aggressive everywhere he goes, but short tracks is his calling. As he's trying to go 3 wide with what looks like Eric Monaco and Joshua here. Trying to find a good line and a good run to go by. Kind of goes up high a bit. Sifia von Kluttenberg will go after him. Seven Oskin's also not too far behind. Audrey Barnaskis, Daniel Voiles I see in the back. Bunch of different cars racking and stacking. Meanwhile, the battle for second here has really been hyping up here. Andreas Allen has joined the fight against Ryan Bolden and James Gibson. They all want second place right now. Let's see if they can hunt down the leader. And Bolden looks like he's going to go to the inside here. Really, really just going deep into turns 1 and 2. Andreas Allen will follow. And it looks like they're both going to make it, or at least Ryan Bolden's going to make it out okay. Andreas Allen still has a little bit to fight with, but won't be much, it looks like, as Andreas will get around Gibson. Unbelievable passing right there. Here's the back, and speaking of which, here's Caden Morgan, our leader right now. This is the view from the back of his car, showing how much of a little good distance he is gaining from the rest of the pack here. You see Ryan Bolden in the back, kind of itching away ever so slightly. The more the laps go down. Really just interesting view here. See Gibson and Andreas Allen looks like they're side by side again back there. And here's another view of how big that gap has gotten over the few laps. He's really just gaining away from Bolden, as Bolden's at the moment is trying to fight Andreas Allen. It looks like Caden comes out of turn 3 and 4, and that is quite a big gap. Here's the battle for second. Like I said, Ryan Bolden and Andreas Allen going at it. Andreas Allen goes down below, and Ryan Bolden is going to go up a little bit high. Almost looks like he scraped the wall there a bit. I don't think he did, but really came close to doing that. And meanwhile, since Bolden has dropped back from that, James E. Gibson took third away from him, but Bolden is not giving that up without a fight, as they're going to go side by side out of turns 1 and 2. Gibson got the high line, Bolden got the low line, but Bolden looks like he has the best run off that one, as Gibson's going to be shoved up high a bit and is going to lose some momentum. Just like that, Bolden's going to get third from him, but Gibson is not one to be denied, as he's going to go down below, trying to see if he can move Bolden up the track a bit. I don't think it's going to work that much, but it's not going to work at all, actually. Bolden Really trying to go after it, but it might work here in turns 3 and 4 as Gibson goes deep down below, side by side with Ryan Bolden. Side by side for third, as you see here. Gibson trying to go to turns 1 and 2. And it looks like Gibson might have got it here for third place here in the race. And he does. Bolden looks like he almost hit the wall there again. Really just really sketchy sometimes how these races can go. But speaking of which, Andreas Allen has caught your leader, Caden Morgan, over here around lap 32. Andreas Allen has really been bulling and whatnot. And look at here's, we're going to show Caden Morgan here as he's finally caught up to a bunch of lap cars. Josh Keane being one of them. He started in the top 10, by the way. Josh Keane is dead last. He has fallen from grace already in this race, and we're not even halfway towards it. And it looks like he's going to be one of the first cars to be lapped down. And he's also really holding up Caden Morgan as well, which is going to allow Andreas Allen to catch up to him. Side by side, you see Caden Morgan and Josh Keane. Caden Morgan's really just trying his best to get around Josh, but it's really just nothing's just working that well. But maybe here, going out turns 1 and 2, they're side by side, trying to get a good run on him right here. And it looks like he has passed Josh Keane successfully. It looks like Andreas Allen will now have a challenge to get around there a bit. But that challenge would soon be Caden Morgan's as they're going to go side by side as Caden Morgan lost a lot of momentum going around some corners. Josh Keane is trying to get around him again, which is leading Andreas Allen for the fight to the lead here in that number 39 car. Caden Morgan, Andreas Allen side by side. James Gibson's not too far from this too. Andreas Allen's going to go low and Caden Morgan's going to go up way high, losing a bunch of momentum, and Andreas Allen will take the lead for this race. But I don't think it will be long. Caden Morgan's really want to see if he can try to fight for that. Gibson's not too far from this, as you see over there in the back. Andreas Allen has taken the lead here. And speaking of which, we're going to highlight someone real quick. Bobby Jones, who started 30th, has somehow made his way up all the way to 8th at this moment. Not even halfway through the race. He has really been charging throughout the whole pack. Absolutely blitzing everyone he sees in his sights. Just really crazy for that 49 team. Bobby Jones, who was actually just ran a one-off race last time HARC was around, really is showing a good performance here today here at Jennerstown. And here we go. Speaking of good performances today, here's DJ Curtis. This is on board of his car. Just the in-car footage from him as he goes side by side with Chris Dodd and Joshua Sisuli. Really good camera angles we got here in our cars tonight. Just side by side. It looks like he's going to make the pass as Chris Dodd's going to be shoved up wide there. Speaking of which, here's back to the lead battle here as Caden Morgan has caught up again with Andreas Allen. Josh Keane, the lap car, is still in the way here. James Gibson closing in a bit more there to your top two. Caden Morgan's trying to go on the inside there, trying to make a good pass for the lead here in turns 1 and 2. He's got the good line going. And it looks like he's going to pass Andreas Allen once again. And another lead change for this race. Andreas Allen is not going to back down without a fight. It doesn't look like. She's trying to gain as much as she can here. See, coming out in turns 1 and 2. Once again, she's going to do the same move, almost the same move as Caden Morgan did to her the previous few laps. And just like that, Andreas Allen's trying to gain the lead right back there from Caden Morgan, as Caden Morgan's going to get shoved out wide by Tyler Dent, who's now a lap car and whatnot. Caden Morgan really cost him a bit there with Tyler getting in the way. Andreas Allen still is your leader at the moment, but Caden Morgan's not going to be denied here. Ryan Bolden's also not too far behind as Andreas Allen got really loose on that corner there. It's going to allow Caden Morgan to try to get the good pass on him. So is Ryan Bolden. I saw Gibson in the back there as well. He lost some spots a bit, but he's still not too far away. Caden Morgan will now take the lead again in this race around lap 50, I believe. Single file trying to get around the lap car, Tyler Dent. Caden Morgan going around on the outside a bit, getting pushed up wide there by Andreas Allen, who's really just not really, they've been going at it for this lead for a good amount of laps now. They really want to get this win. But Caden Morgan's going to be shoved way up high. Andreas Allen. Oh, Caden Morgan hits the wall a bit. He keeps going, but that's really going to cost him. Ryan Bolden looks like he's going to take second there, as Tyler Dent is really just being a nuisance at the moment. Speaking of which, Ryan Bolden has caught up to Andreas Allen at the moment. Andreas Allen looks like, I don't know if she looked like she might have scraped the wall there a bit, but what it is caused Bolden to gain in on her a little bit. Ryan Bolden from Kinnendale, Texas. is in second place, trying to go for the lead right now. It's unbelievable. He's going around the inside. He's going to try to get a good pass on him. As Andreas Allen gets really loose there, really loose. Ryan Bolden will take the lead away from her. And now Ryan Bolden is your new leader. He's going to lead this lap coming around. And speaking of Village, look who's battling for 6th place. Bobby Jones and Shrimp Angrets. Bobby Jones has gained a few more positions while we're off and whatnot. He is really going. He is really just going at this car. This car has something in it today. It's making it go to the top, almost to the top 5 at the moment. Really amazing performance by Bobby Jones so far. And Andreas Allen, their top 3. Ryan Bolden, Andreas Allen, and James Gibson. All in front of each other here, trying to go for the lead. Andreas Allen's going to go down to the inside there. And she will eventually pass Ryan Bolden here. Takes the lead, as Bolden will have to worry about James D. Gibson at the moment. Caden Morgan's not too far behind. Josh Keane, who is a lap car, is somehow keeping a good pace on the leaders there. I don't know how it's possible. But 3 wide, almost 3 wide there, going for the lead. James Gibson looks like he's trying to go back for the lead once again. He lost it at the beginning of the stages of this race, and he looks like he's going to take it again from Andreas Allen, as Ryan Bolden's right behind her, and Caden Morgan has all your top 4s literally just scrunched up, and Andreas Allen would hit the wall again. She would hit the wall again. That will lose her tons of momentum. As Caden Morgan, Ryan Bolden will get past her, and I see Bobby Jones not too far behind from this pack, along with I think Eric Monaco and Shrimp Ingrets. Here it is, about for 2nd at the moment. Caden Morgan and Ryan Bolden side by side, coming down to the line. Caden Morgan's going to get a good run on him. He's going to go down to the inside. He's going to have a good run at Ryan Bolden. The high lane's really difficult sometimes to get a good run off of. That's for sure, as we learned so far in this race. Andreas Allen and Ryan Bolden are now going to be your battling for 3rd at the moment. Bobby Jones is not too far behind from this, folks. If you see right in the back there, he's right there, gaining a lot of ground. Really scary how good his car has been performing. And this will definitely prove it, as Bobby Jones will eventually get around Ryan Bolden and will be in here top 4 at the moment, fighting with Andreas Allen and Caden Morgan. Really scary stuff here. They're probably wondering where the hell this man came from. And that's exactly what I've been wondering too. As the battle for 2nd really is heating up with Caden Morgan, Andreas Allen, and Bobby Jones all battling for 2nd, as James Gibson is their leader at the moment, coming towards the halfway mark in this race. Andreas Allen, Bobby Jones going to go to the low line. It looks like they're going to try to pass Caden Morgan very easily, as all of them get around the lap car, Mitchell Carter, who, funny enough, got his only win here at this track in 2017. Other than that, Andreas Allen going up high there. Bobby Jones going low. Bobby Jones got a good run coming down there. He's going to go in the inside line again, try to get that good passing maneuver. It looks like Bobby Jones is going to make it from 30th to 2nd already, and not even halfway through this race. Is an impressive feat on its own. But Andreas Allen will not be denied here. They're going side by side here for 2nd. Andreas Allen really wants to keep that 2nd place. As you see, they're also catching James Gibson here, the leader, who's trapped behind a bunch of lap cars, as you see, which I saw Tyler did. I think Trey Wright might have been one of them. Yeah, Trey Wright, Prudence Littlejohn also in that mix. But Bobby Jones would get around. Oh, he almost lost it there too. He would get around Andreas Allen. That was a really close one. Unbelievable save here by Bobby Jones here in the halfway mark in this race. And our leader at the halfway mark of this race is James Gibson in the number 75. This is probably one of his best performances so far all season from what I'm seeing. He's really been leading this race a good amount so far. Not the most laps led so far, but he shows a good gap between him and Bobby Jones. And well, speaking of Bobby Jones, he has some tough competition from Andreas Allen, who's going to get a little loose there. He's going to save it. That's going to cause her some momentum. Caden Morgan and Ryan Bolden are now behind her, trying to get that third place from her. She's going to go up high too, and Caden Morgan's going to go on the inside, side by side, coming to the turns 1 and 2. Caden Morgan looks like he has the better line. The inside line is mostly the best line around this track for these cars, as you see tonight. Mitchell Carter, who is a lap car, is stuck in the midst of it, looks like, going to go side by side with Andreas Allen. And only a few laps later, Bobby Jones would get up to our leader, James Gibson. As he's side by side by Prudence Littlejohn, he's going to get quickly past Littlejohn and up there to James Gibson. Side by side for the lead. Bobby Jones is the best line coming out of the corner, and he will lead the lap, and he will take the lead of this race. Unbelievable performance by Bobby Jones so far in this race. Really just been dominating so far, getting all these positions up, and now he has taken advantage of the lead. Well, that was the battle for the lead. This is the battle for 6 against Shrimp Ingreds and Cynthia Van Klothenberg. Side by side they are, coming out turns 1 and 2, coming down the backstretch. So Shrimp Ingreds have been really aggressive, and they've been really going at it for a few laps, but are now just only highlighting it now. Cynthia's going to get loose up there, coming out to turn 3s and 4. Shrimp Ingreds is going to take 6 away from her. And now we're going to focus on now the battle for 3rd. Andreas Allen and Caden Morgan were side by side there. Caden Morgan kind of got a little bit up high there, but Andreas Allen's going to get the low line, get that good run off it. That's going to leave Caden Morgan kind of a bit stranded there. As you see there, coming, and then wouldn't be only a few laps later until Andreas Allen would catch up to James Gibson, who has fallen back ever since the lead got taken from him. And it wouldn't be that much of a challenge, I wouldn't think, because the way Andreas Allen has been driving tonight. She is going down the low line. She's going to easily pass James Gibson, and James Gibson loses another spot. Thanks to Andreas Allen, who is now taking 2nd. She's looking to try to hunt down Bobby Jones once again. And on lap 92, Alex Allen, which is a part of the same team with Andreas Allen, has a tire failure right on the front stretch, trying to go down really slow and trying to get down to the bottom. And just so Eric Cardona can hit the back of Alex Allen, and Bobby Jones also gets involved in that too. But somehow, someway, Bobby Jones has no damage from that at all, and will lead on the restart here on lap 99 with a little bit, about 50 laps to go here in this race. Pace car has pulled in. Bobby Jones leading them to the restart. Green flag up in the air. James Gibson trying to go on the inside there. He's stuck in fur between 2 lap cars there. Well, Andreas Allen and Bobby Jones side by side, coming down the backstretch. James Gibson also looking to get his hand into this. Andreas Allen will pass for the lead, but she will go a little bit up high there. So did Bobby Jones. Both of them went high there. Bobby Jones is still close behind, coming down, trying to go on the inside, but he's going to lose some ground there. He's still not looking to back down from this. Andreas Allen is your leader. And here's another view from our trackside camera, another one we have. Just a beautiful view here. As you see, some cars actually scraped the wall there on the backstretch a bit. Nothing too significant. To really show how fast these cars really be going on this part of the track. Speaking of which, after the restart, we have this massive pack, 3 wide, with some of our front contenders like Shrimp Ingreds, James Gibson, Ryan Bowens, and Chris Dodd somehow made his way back up here. Josh Keane, who's been a lap car, a few other lap cars as well, including James Shelley, Prudence Littlejohn, and Derek Hamill, as you see on the high side there. Quite a massive pack as we see Shrimp Ingreds trying to pull away from that. As you see Derek Hamill hit the wall a little bit there. Nothing too bad. And speaking of Chris Dodd, he's trying to pass Shrimp Ingreds right now for what I believe is 4th. Chris Dodd, if you all remember, had a horrifying accident last race at Batesville, and has really been charging up the pack. Really been going at it too. In that pink antifreeze number 88A, as he's trying to go on the inside here at Shrimp Ingreds. It looks like he's going to take the position away from Shrimp. Just another good dominating performance by Chris Dodd as well, as I want to highlight. This is for the lead at the moment, Andreas Allen and Bobby Jones. They're really close together, under a blanket, both of them. Bobby Jones is not willing to back down from this win, neither is Andreas Allen. They're both been going pretty hard at it, as Bobby Jones is trying to get a good run and a good line coming off the turns here. Getting that good line off into both straightaways is probably one of the keys here to get a good finish or to win in this race. As Andreas Allen and Bobby Jones both go a little bit wide there, not gonna lie. Going down to the low line. Andreas Allen kind of got the better run on it, but also Bobby Jones gets an even better run. It looks like getting him a little bit closer. He's going to try to go side by side, going to try to push him up the high side here. Bobby Jones going down low. It's going to bump Andreas Allen up there. Side by side for the lead. Coming down, turns 1 and 2 again. Bobby Jones got a really massive run off there. Really great run. And he is going to take advantage of the lead once again here at Jennerstown. And the battle for the lead still isn't over there. Look at this. Andreas Allen is trying to get that position back, trying to go on the low line, trying to do what Bobby Jones did to her only a few laps ago. Trying to go side by side again for the lead. Bobby Jones still holding his position, holding his ground. Andreas Allen on the low line, trying to do what Bobby did pretty much. Just follow the leader at the moment. And on lap 113, Caden Morgan, who's been a top dominating car all race long, coming out turns 1 and 2, blows an engine. And that will really end his night in unfortunate circumstances. He had such an amazing car, leading the opening laps of this race and also being in the top 10 all day only for this to happen. Incredibly tough luck for Caden Morgan. Incredibly tough luck. But on the upside for good luck, we have Chris Dodd, who has somehow made his way up to the top 5 at the moment. He really has been charging in the later half of this race. And that peak antifreeze number 88 car, as you remember, he really does good in short tracks and whatnot. It really was one of his strongholds, is the short tracks. And here's another car that's also having bad luck lately is Gibson. On that restart, he has somehow dropped to 16th place. He has dropped down really hard and significantly, as he's among probably a bunch of lap cars and some other cars that are trying to take the spot away from Gibson at the moment. And also on board Shrimp Ingrats, who is now in 4th here in this race. Chris Dodd is actually in 3rd, by the way. I forgot to mention that, but Shrimp Ingrats is in 4th. And in 5th is Steve McDougal. He qualified up in the front row. We haven't really saw much of him all day, but he's still being consistent up there in the top 10 and even the top 5 pretty much, as he's trying to hold off what I think that is Cynthia Van Cluthenberg and Zayden Davison in the back. And with only about 25 laps to go, Bobby Jones has caught up to some lap cars. This could be an advantage for Andreas Allen to catch up to Bobby. As it will look like the lap cars are Nathan Hudson and Derek Hamill, I believe, is the first 2 in the obstacle course here. I see, and as I predicted, Andreas Allen would quickly catch up to Bobby Jones, as she is right beside Derek Hamill, really squeezing him up into the outside there. Andreas Allen pretty much is charging at this point. She has nothing to lose, with only a handful of laps remaining. But she can't seem to get a good line off there, actually. She can't seem to get a good line at all. And she's being passed by Derek Hamill at the moment. She's not really getting that good exit off, it looks like. She is very good on entry, but not good on exit. I see here's another way of showing that with her side-by-side with Derek Hamill, as Hamill is passing her with ease. And that's also going to allow Chris Dodd to get up on her, probably for a 2nd place. I see Bobby Jones has now pulled away because of that, as he's passed a multitude of lap cars there, including Audra Baranowskis, who has dropped back as well, who started in the top 5. Other lap cars we saw including Alex Allen and Eric Cardona, as you see in the 23. Speaking of Alex Allen, the same teammates holding each other up here. Andreas Allen's trying to go charge for the win here, getting past all these lap cars. And Alex Allen is holding her up. She's trying to get around all these lap cars, including Audra Baranowskis, as you see right there. Coming into turns 1 and 2, coming out of it, trying to go 3 wide there of Alex Allen. It looks like Alex Allen's going to hit the wall, and look out! Oh, contact between Andreas Allen and Eric Cardona. That could have been absolutely bad for everyone there. 3 wide against Andreas Allen and 3 other lap cars. Chris Dodd, this is really going to get the gap closing in on him. But unbelievable circumstances here. Both Allens collided there. That could have been really bad. And that's going to cost Andreas Allen probably the win right there. As you see, Bobby Jones has pulled significantly against 2nd and 3rd here, as he's hunting down the lap cars of Brandon Crasta and Mitchell Carter there, which are both side by side in their own little world right now. Alexander Rowe and I believe that's Sam and Oskin right behind him just battling. Here we go, Chris Dodd up in the 2nd or 3rd right now. Really just charging between Andreas Allen. He has to get through all these lap cars of Alex Allen, Derek Hamill, and Audra Baranowskis to even remotely get close to 2nd. And well, that's exactly what he will do. With only 5 laps remaining, Chris Dodd and Andreas Allen are fighting for 2nd place there side by side. Chris Dodd got a good run there. Steve McDougal in the back looking to gain on here. Almost lost it coming out of turns 1 and 2. And Chris Dodd, just like that, will get 2nd place with only a handful of laps here to go here at Jennerstown. Andreas Allen has fallen back a little bit now. She did not get a good run at all throughout the last 2 laps. And just like that, white flag is going to wait for Bobby Jones, who has had an unbelievable performance here tonight. Started 30th, almost started last, but then started 30th, way back in the pack, and has worked his ass up all the way to 1st place. Coming around the final corner, Bobby Jones is your winner here at Jennerstown Speedway. And oh, it looks like we have a caution as well. See, get a replay on that, see what happened there. We have a caution on the final lap, if it appears. And let's just see involves Steve McDougal, Andreas Allen, and Shrimp Ingrats, I think. Steve McDougal goes up high. Andreas Allen spins, actually. She gets contact by Shrimp Ingrats. And a big hit. A big hit right there, I think. I think that was Cynthia Von Klautenberg. That was a big hit. Here's another view for our trackside camera. What a view that was. And here's another view we have here from another trackside camera we have. Trying to go 3 wide, I think didn't work. Chris Dodd almost got loose on that too, but Andreas Allen gets hit big time there by Safety of Lund Falkenberg, who that would totally destroy the front end of her car. Unbelievable right there. And well, just like that, Bobby Jones will win here at Jennerstown. Unbelievable performance here, as we just saw from Bobby. Let's check in on the point stands and everything else you need to know before at the end of this race. And here's your race results here tonight. Bobby Jones will take the win after starting all the way back in 30th. Chris Dodd also had an amazing performance going in 2nd. Steve McDougall also in 3rd. Trip Ingrid's managed to fight his way up to 4th. Zayden Davidson out of nowhere with a top 5. Ryan Bolden in 6th. Aiden Shepard in 7th. Cynthia Van Kluttenborg in 8th. Daniel Voiles all the way into 9th. And Eric Monaco into 10th. Some really good performances here by some good drivers. We also got some disappointing results. James Gibson managed to finish all the way in 16th. Along with other notables like Sam Oskin, who was really going into high hopes. Andreas Allen would be the last car in the lead lap, even though she got damaged pretty bad in a last lap accident. And Caden Morgan, sadly, was the only DNF in this race. He had a really good performing car, really had it going for him, and then the engine just pretty much expired on him. Pole sitter got the bonus points awards. We got the pole sitter for James Gibson with a 19.571. Fastest lap, most laps left in the hard charger all go to Bobby Jones. As not only did Bobby Jones set the fastest lap of a 19.2, led 61 laps, but gained 30 positions to get the win here. And also another noble driver, as you see down below, would be Chris Dodd. And here's your point standings coming out of Jennerstown, as Steve McDougall has taken a point lead over Nathan Orman. Steve McDougall with 126 points. Has pretty much an over 10 point gap so far, Nathan. Number 1 of Carl Edmond. I still don't know how to pronounce that name, but it's alright though. 4th place, Bobby Jones, who before this race was pretty much all the way in 21st place, I believe, in the point stands, has bumped his way up to 4th. Unbelievable performance by him tonight. It cannot be said enough. Sam Oskin in 5th. Eric Monaco going up to 6th. Zayden Davidson in 7th. Shrimp Ingrid's in 8th. Ryan Bolden in 9th. And DJ Curtis in 10th. Join us next time for race number 5 in the HARC USA Tour Riverside Speedway in Groveton, New Hampshire. And as always, we'll see you later.